What's up, guys? Mike here. I got a lot of requests from you guys asking me to do an update video on Caterpillar, ticker symbol CAT. Well, today is that day. I am going to go do some update on it. I'm going to go over some new articles that came out about it as to why some investors got scared out and why the weak hands got flushed out as well. And of course, we're going to go over some charts where you guys should be targeting your buys and of course where we are going to start selling our shares. Now, I already started to build my position in this and I might have started a little bit early, but that's okay. I do have a plan on holding this for a while. I don't mind the downswings and the upswings coming up because we already have a target. We already have a set price we want to start selling at, and we're going to go over all of that. We're going to go over the trades, and we are also going to go over that this company just recently raised its dividend by 8%. So it just doesn't make sense why it would be a bad company to get in, especially since they just recently raised their dividends and people are freaking out for no reason. Anyways, guys, I don't want to waste too much time. Make sure you always smash that like button, hit subscribe. It really helps out my channel and I really do appreciate it and I would be very thankful. Also, guys, check out my Patreon page. Come trade with us. Come join me. Come join the Patreon page with my fellow members and start making some profits on several trades that we do on the side besides my YouTube videos. Anyways, guys, with that said, let's begin. Yeah. All right, guys, let us check out what is going on with Caterpillar, ticker symbol CAT. And as we can see, Friday had a massive amount of moves. We do see a lot of changes in the volume coming up on Friday, which is good. There was a good sign in volume exchanges. It was about 7 million. And it was actually to the upside. If we take a closer look at Caterpillar on Friday, it went down really hard that day, and momentum came back into this trade, right? People came back, it went up to like around $210, and it went a little bit down, and then it went back up again, and we got pretty close to up high, almost $212, but the rest of the day was completely dark, and pretty much you can expect that the whole market was a bloody day. If we go to tip ranks, they still value this company around 250. That's not where I would target it. I think a good sell price is around 230, 235. That is where I would target my sell price. Right now, I think as long as we can get this to hold right here, around the 205, 207, this is really good. It has been consistently holding 208, but we need to see what's going on with the next 2 to 3 days and see it forming a box. We do need a box to form, and as long as we form a good box here, we can consider this one a good starting position to build, right? We just need a little box for a few days, trading around 205 to 210 and holding the position. If it trades upwards, even better. That makes it a good move. It tells us, okay, trades are coming in, people are moving back into it. RSI still is really dirt cheap, right? It can't get any cheaper than this. It's begging people to buy it, but as long as investors are scared, they're not going to put too much money in. And of course, if we really get a updated perspective, there was an article on June 17th about on Thursday that came out, and they said a lot of analysts think that we need some more clarity on Caterpillar's new strategy for their hydrogen vehicles they want to bring out, right? And as long as they haven't given too much info on what they're planning to do with the hydrogen products that they think about bringing into the market, a lot of investors are going to be scared and they don't want to invest. But there's a $250 target price for this still, right? It did have a lot of buys coming in, a lot of neutral and buy still are signaling a good buy for Caterpillar. But investors need to be more focused on what is going on, what is the market really doing, what is the stock specifically doing, right? But overall, the market was pretty bloody on Friday, right? We can't even blame Caterpillar for going down because the overall market has been gushing blood. This is crazy. This is as bad as it gets, right? If you take a quick look at the SPY just dropped really hard, right? And this is not even a joke, right? SPY has been holding its 50-day moving average the whole time, but Friday it just
took a dump, right? Every time we see the SPY going to the 50-day moving average, which is your blue line, it does tend to pull up. It goes down a little bit under, and we need this to pull back up. If it still keeps going down, we are going to have a massive correction coming up. I think we can expect it to go around back to 400 region, right? It goes to 410 to 400, 400 to 410. I expect we will have a huge correction coming up if SPY cannot hold the 50-day moving average, right? We can see a 10 to 20% pullback coming on the SPY. Do not be alarmed by that. It's just natural. Corrections are necessary. Markets get overvalued all the time, and we need to see a little bit of correction. We need to see some pullback. We need to see that happen here and there, because it's going to be healthy for the market overall to have these corrections, to have these pullbacks here and there, right? We just can't expect the market to continuously go up and shoot through the stars, right? It's not going to happen. That's ridiculous, right? Overall, of course, over a 20-year time span, the market has never given a negative return. So don't expect the market to just drop like a rock and never come back, right? It's just, we're going to have corrections. We're going to have some small pullbacks. We're going to have this coming here and then. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the market. It is okay, right? It was just a massive bloody day. You should be like happy that, like, wow, Caterpillar didn't go over 3% down. It was only down 0.28%. That means a lot of buyers are coming back in, right? Even with this little article saying some people need some clarity, fine, that's okay. But a lot of buyers did swing back in. It did drop to around 205.50, and it pulled right back up all the way up to around 211.81, and then the rest of the day it wasn't able to hold because the overall market was just a bloody day, right? The whole market wasn't standing, the whole market wasn't staying still, right? Now, if we go to see some trades we can pull on this, right? If you're going to be doing options, I would sell calls, right? If you own 100 shares of this, it is the best to sell calls on this, right? We got the weekly calls, of course. Only sell weekly calls. You can make a lot of profit doing weekly calls. You can make easy 100 to 50 to 100 bucks selling weekly calls. Just go with the highest IV. That's what I would usually like to do when I see a good IV. 220, it looks like a nice IV. Even 22.5 if you don't mind getting less than 50 bucks. Right now it is trading for around $56 for the weekly, and you will be selling it at the $220 strike price, right? You can get about $56 if it pulls back up and does another 110, 111 day, even plus. It can go even up to 210, 211. It could even go up to $215 again eventually within this week. It's definitely possible, as long as the market doesn't stay this bloody, as long as SPY doesn't drop like a rock like this. Right now, a lot of stocks have been pulling back, right? The bank sector, right? Financial sector, travel sector, airline sector. And also some of the healthcare has been moving back down because they just went up too fast, right? They went up really fast. These are the recovery stocks. They're your construction stocks. They all had a massive day. Look at that. Picard had a disgusting day. That's one of the worst ones. Even the Deere company is getting really good. That's another one. If you don't want to play Caterpillar, you can do DE, Deere company. That's a really good one. A lot of members have been hitting me up and saying, how about DE? How about Deere and company? I think that's a great one to get into as well. You can go with either Deere company or Cat. Cat is a little bit cheaper, and they're just increased their dividend to 8% by 8% to $1.11 a share. I think that dividend raise is going to push back a lot of investors back into Caterpillar over DE. That's just my expectation. DE did have a green day overall, right? Over all the others, construction companies, DE had a green day, right? It wasn't much of a pullback, but it did have a good day, right? The RSI is a little bit higher than Caterpillar's 27, but still a good overall RSI. To get under 30 RSI is always a good buying opportunity, right? Deere company looks a little bit more stable. It's trying to still hold its average here around the $320. It is trying to hold it, which is a good sign, but I prefer Caterpillar. I think the potential in Caterpillar is a lot more, right? Your return for Caterpillar is a lot more. So if I'm thinking about getting back right here, right? This is about a 11% return compared to DE. And with DE, if you're going to do it, this one is about only a 8% return. So to me, Caterpillar is a no-brainer, right? I rather make 10% return on my money over 8%, right? That's just a no-brainer if I'm gonna trade it. I rather make, and the stock is a lot cheaper, so I can buy a lot more shares, and I can make a lot more 8% return on my money. Plus, I can make 8% return on the dividend, right? Look at the funny part, right? Like they raised their dividend by 8%, and the stock kind of pulled back by about 8%, right? So it makes perfect sense for a stock to do that because they raised their dividend by 8%. So don't be too alarmed, right? When usually I expected the stock to actually go up. It just was crazy that they raised their dividend, the stock tanks like that. Usually when a company raises their dividend, it actually shows that the company is healthy and doing financially well. That is one of the reasons that they raised their dividend. So it makes absolute no reason why people panic sold and got out. But the overall average market has been on a downturn for recovery stocks regardless. So it kind of still makes sense why there was a massive pullback in the whole overall recovery sector.
Thanks again for watching my video. As always, make sure to destroy that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so YouTube could alert you when my next video comes out. Also, guys, feel free to add me on Instagram. I pretty much post there daily. I post some buys there. I also post some sales there. I also post very interesting things about the market on there, and also some positive vibes you can also put into your lives and build up your career in the future. Anyways, guys, also check out my Patreon page. I do a lot of separate trades over there. Only some videos I do post on my YouTube page, but a lot of private trades that I do will only be posted on the Patreon group. So check out the Patreon group, link in the description box below if you want to join us. And also, do not miss out your chance right now on getting 4 free stocks from WeBull, 2 just for signing up to use their platform, and 2 more when you make a deposit of $100 or more. WeBull will give you 4 free stocks, and 2 of those will be valued from $8 all the way up to $2,000 right now. And you can also enter a chance to win a Tesla Model 3. So check out the link in the description box below if you want that. And if you want another free stock, of course, FirstTrade gives out pretty good stocks. Check the link for that one as well. And finally, of course, we have Robinhood, which also gives out free stocks here and there as well that are pretty decent. Thanks again for watching my video, and until next time, make money with Mike.